quiet space and powwow and brainstorm all the wonderful, beautiful things and wishes we have our eyes and hearts set upon going forward. And this new moon in Pisces, it happened last night. I was thinking it was today, but anyway, it happened last night. And the moon went void right away, so there wasn't really a lot of energy there to work with until the moon went into Aries. The moon is in Aries right now, and I don't know if you woke up today and the day felt a little different today. Did it feel a little bit lighter and brighter? This new moon Pisces is really giving us energy to move forward. We are really in this state of transition. I mean, as we transition from winter to spring, but Pisces is a mutable sign. It also kind of wraps things up so that the new growing season can begin. There are, with this new moon in Pisces, we have planets in Pisces, and we also have them in Aries. So it's kind of like feeling like we're kind of on the cusp here. I'm very happy that our weather has improved and we've gotten warmer. I think the East Coast, maybe you guys have gotten all of our cold weather, but we're going to establish a new weather pattern here for the spring. We're getting little hints of it right now because we are technically still in winter. So what you're going to see is kind of a lot of this kind of I feel like winter's going to be hanging on longer than usual for the spring, kind of like last fall. Fall really held on for a longer amount of time. That same thing I think holds true for this year, but it really is a new space. So let me say hello to you guys. Let me know how you're doing, how you feel about this energy. If you have noticed a shift. Okay, so let's see. Where are you guys? I want to say hello to you. Close that. Nope, I didn't want to open it. Let's close. So, hello, happy new moon in Pisces. Hi, Super Sean's mom. You're here with your grandson, so you'll just be listening. Thank you for being here. Hi, Caroline. Yes, we're well. Great to be back in our safe space. I love our space here. When I made this channel, some of you probably know this, but my former channel was Queen's Tarot, and I had to take a little bit of a leave there. Wasn't sure if I was coming back. But this channel is Quiet Like the Forest because I started it after, wasn't it like right after the election? Because I knew we had work to do ahead of us. And I wanted this channel to be a space that was creative, but I also wanted it to be a space where we could gather collectively and really tune into like our natural well-being, the safety of a forest, and being able to see all the signs and messages that we need to see here. And it's a space where you can just think of my channel and you can just think Quiet Like the Forest and go straight there. If you ever, I know some of you gone out and touched your trees. I believe that the trees, when you stand there and you're grounded next to them, and you could just feel their energy, and you touch them, I believe the Hertz wavelength of a tree is very similar to the human brain, and that is why trees are so grounding and protective. I just feel like all my trees in my yard just looked at me and said, yes, 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 yes. So visit your trees, be with your trees. And also, the name Quiet Like the Forest came from Sun Tzu, The Art of War, that he wrote, I don't know how many hundreds, thousands of years ago. But the whole phrase with Quiet Like the Forest, I don't know this off the top of my head, I should. But this is one of his quotes is, when you're looking at strategy, knowing yourself and knowing your opposition, swift as the wind, quiet as the forest, conquer like fire, steady as the mountain. And those are the things that I hope that we can all embody here together. And so we will be doing our new moon stuff later, but we're gonna powwow about this new moon. I want to get feedback from you guys, and we're gonna catch up with some things that have really shifted in the air, and some things I've been noticing. I was a little bit surprised today. I did not expect to tap into Don Julio's energy. It came out of nowhere. That is something I definitely want to talk about. But so let's see. What do we have here? Hi, Robin. Hi, Cynthia Pierce. Aloha. And hello, Just Joy. And hi, Gretchen. Nice to see you. And Paisley. Barbara, we had a huge hurricane-like storm in Hawaii called a Kona Low, causing a heat wave in California. Yeah, it's been really intense out there. Do you guys have your trades, or are you stuck with those Kona winds? Because that can just be so oppressive. Hi, Brenda. Oh, you're in Ontario. Hello, Moonchild. Hi, Teresa. Brenda, I can feel the energy. I remember my first time. Charlie, I hope you're feeling better soon. Just Joy. I wanted to comment on your guys' health and sinus infection. Ick, ew. Well, we're going to talk about that for a second. Caroline, I'm feeling exhausted. Don't feel like doing anything. Enjoying chilling. That is another thing I'm noticing with this energy. We can really feel it. Parts of my body are so tired and very tired throughout the day. But then other parts of my body are like, here, let's go. We're ready to go. And it's going to be about pacing yourselves again, you guys, because the way these planets are that are wearing us out, there's several things going on. But you don't want to cause a longer term energy. And I think if you're having health issues, we really have to mind those things, because whatever's showing up right now might be in for the longer haul, especially with Saturn and Neptune and Aries. And Aries ruling the head. Hello, we've got Saturn there, which you got junk just laying there and crystallizing and kind of heavy, trying to clear that head. But you've got Neptune there, which could be like some sort of hidden virus, bacteria that's kind of bringing you down. And I would just like to comment, I know there is that outbreak of, is it encephalitis? Am I thinking about the correct one that you get the vaccine for when you go into college? But again, that is inflammation of the brain. Hello, Saturn, Aries. Neptune, also in Aries conjunct that. Neptune rules the spinal canal. And so it is really, these things are starting, as it affects our energy, it's going to be affecting where we're vulnerable and how we show up with illness. And I feel like these things, like, for example, I'm not saying you with your sinus infection, just Joy. But for example, a sinus infection, I know there was a period in my life where I was going through those for like 2-3 years. I just could not get rid of them. They kept coming back. And so a lot of trial and error. We had to figure out what was going on to get me healthy. But then, we had mold in our house and we moved. So just pay a little bit more attention to what's going on with your health, your aches and pains, and where you might be feeling things. I'm feeling things in my bones. I'm feeling them in my hips. They feel really, really tight to me. And I know I have to do some more stretching to work that out. Meditation is really helping for Barbara. Very good. Quite like what I say. Oh, when you're out hiking, you all learned it all from me. Oh, that's so sweet. Hi, Rob D. Haven't seen you for a while. More Kona winds and rain. Yeesh. And our stooge. Is that Nancy? Hi. Dennis had a splitting headache yesterday. I'm good, and very seldom do I get a headache. Yeah, you know what, Dennis? I'm like back to getting headaches like morning till night. And I just feel like it's that drain, that heaviness. We've had a lot of low pressures around here lingering for like a week or two. And I always feel the low pressures. That's when I used to get my migraines a lot. I don't get migraines so much anymore, but just kind of like this dull pain. And we're going to have to tend to those things, you guys. Meningitis. Thank you. I knew it wasn't encephalitis. It is meningitis, an outbreak in the UK. You know what? That is very, very interesting. Moonchild has Sun, Moon, and Mercury in Aries already. You know what? This, for you, Aries, this is really going to kind of chart a new path, a new course. And it's going to slow you down enough to keep you organized and finishing your tasks. And maybe being a little bit inspired by the new ideas that you have. DCP, yep, hips and low back are tight. Yeah, me too. I have a particular transit right now, but it's like I could freak out about the ache, but when I sit with that, it's like I almost feel like something is opening up. So, hips also ruled by Jupiter. And we've got Jupiter in Cancer where it's exalted. So hip things might be magnified. It is in square to Venus in Aries. So that is going to make us maybe be a little bit overconfident and a little bit headstrong on what we can really do. Because Venus is weak and kind of the substance of all that stuff that we want to get done. We might not be able to do it to our best ability. So Venus is square Jupiter. That is a lot of fun. It might have you engaging more in maybe taking risks, gambling, but maybe chewing off more than you can handle. That is just something else to maybe keep in mind. But what I love about this new moon Pisces is we're finally having the sense of moving forward. There's a real peacefulness about it. There's this real sweetness about it, kind of like when you're just waking up and kind of sleepy, but you kind of open your eye and you're like, oh my gosh, it's a brand new day. The sun is out. There's so much we can do. And it's like, I remember what spring is like. I remember what it's like to move forward because Jupiter has been retrograde since like November, I think October. So it's like everything maybe you were working on back then, you've kind of had to put it on hold. You haven't been able to develop those things as much as you would have liked. Now you're on the other side of that and Jupiter's orbiting nicely and we can kind of move forward and move into this new season. Now, with Mercury retrograde still in Pisces, ruled by Jupiter, that's also moving forward. Mercury's going to move forward and they're going to do this really nice dance and they're going to have this really nice energy that's just really going to just fit so well into moving forward and whatever it is you're wanting to do now that we've had this Mercury retrograde for so long. It's going to really give you some hope and faith and even wanting to like get a nudge, and Jupiter's giving you a nudge to maybe take some risks and go forward with what you want to do. This is a good time to be thinking about those things, investing in yourself and your creativity. This is finally like, and it's like we don't feel like we have things like clamped down around us. Now, if you're feeling that tiredness, I'm really attributing a lot of that to that Saturn, Neptune that's in Aries right now because Venus is there as well. So this is a very much a different feel. When Saturn, Neptune was in Pisces I can't remember when everything shifted, but it's just been very gradual over the past month or so. But it felt like in Neptune, it just felt like there was this invisible kind of like this vice, this grip that had its hold on like the electorate, the people, the masses. And like no matter how much you did the right thing, you were looking at everything, or no matter how much you were being gaslighted or overturning the truth, it still felt like there was no wiggle room. And now that has moved off of Pisces. And I love this new moon in Pisces because it really lets Pisces do her thing. She has had Neptune in her sign since 2012. For me, that's kind of like the rise of disinformation, and 2012 is when Facebook went public. And so there's kind of like that hazy confusion, just this gaslighting and lying all over the place, and the haze, and, moving into this new world. Pisces is finally able to do her thing without Neptune there, kind of glossing everything over and making things extra hard to understand. And Saturn has just been sitting there for so long that finally Pisces can just do her thing. So there is that sense of relief as well. How are you guys doing? Yours is 10th house. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh, and remember, you said lots of fire energy too. Remember, we are finishing eclipse season. Remember, February 17th, we had a new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. That coincided with the Lunar New Year. And we ushered in was it the fire horse? I was saying the hot pony. So we're moving into this new energy of the fire horse that is just ready to go and get things moving and is on the move. It's a really supportive energy, and it's really going to be a helpful energy for the individual, okay? Let's see. Yeah, moon child. Yes, my saving grace is Mars and Pisces and Cancer rising. You know, I have a question for you, moon child, with that Mars and Pisces. Me personally, I like Mars in water signs because aside from being super psychic and kind of being able to bring depth to that psychic sense, because I love sports, I love seeing defenders who have Mars in water signs, especially Pisces and Cancer, where I know it's in its fall. But I was wondering with Mars Pisces, are you inclined to like any inflammation? You don't have to answer me at all. This is your personal information. I'm just wondering if that Mars and Pisces, like maybe how it might affect your immune system. So that's just what I'm asking. Dennis, to those that don't know, a broken hip doesn't happen because you fell down. Your hip broke while you're standing or walking, causing you to fall. Oh, that is very, very interesting, Dennis. I appreciate that. As I'm, in my 50s now, I find myself, I don't know about you guys, but I try to do a plank every single day to work on my core strength because I am terrified of having like a broken hip or anything like that. So anyway, what do we have here? So new moon in Pisces, motion forward, Jupiter direct. Ooh, yes. So we have this sweet energy. You guys really kind of mind this energy for the next week or so because things are going to kind of shift. We do have the sun going into Aries tomorrow. We might start feeling that shift tomorrow. And the next couple days are going to be kind of heavy. We're going to see how this sun in Aries transits through, conjoins Neptune, conjoins Saturn, and moves forward. This, I can tell Don Julio is not liking this at all. And he's got some stuff going on, you guys. So, we have today, So 3/18 was yesterday. We had the new moon in Pisces. Tomorrow, we have the sun going into Aries, and then it's going to conjunct Neptune and it's conjunct Saturn. We are going to go to our quarter moon, our 1/4 crisis moon that will be in Cancer. Oh, I don't have dates. I know 4/1. So we're going to say this is around like the 27th or so. Okay, this is the quarter crisis moon. This is going to look really interesting in DC. April 1st, we have the full moon in Libra, and thank goodness that is not an eclipse. However, it will trigger eclipse energy just because the eclipses, we're in eclipse season, while you have the new moon solar eclipse, full moon solar eclipse, you complete that cycle. When you move on, it's usually like the day of, like a month to the day, that is generally an eclipse click. And I think there's a lot of news going on, and I'm like, what is going on here? And I think a lot of this is related to, whoops, there goes an eclipse click. Things happen. We find out about information. The Saturn, Neptune, and Aries has really been burning off the haze. And people are waking up and they're starting to see. I saw that Elon Felonia, his ex, she was a MAGA influencer, and she's like, women are waking up. They're seeing what's going on with this party, and they're seeing how much they were abused by the party. It's like being in an abusive relationship. I'm like, yes, you finally see. So even the hardest of the hardcore they're starting to see those things and wake up. We're going to see more of this, especially as we get closer and closer to July 4th. But things really have shifted. So it's like the fog is burning off. We have clearer eyes, which also helps us have a clear heart. And, now we're facing these geopolitical situations and the economy. Everybody is waking up and seeing what's going on. Because what's happening... So this full moon, I'm like already ahead of myself. But right now we have Neptune right here. We have Saturn right here. We have Venus right here. We have the Sun, and we have Mars, and we have Mercury. We have the North Node. So it is straddling. It is straddling here the equinox, the vernal equinox. And so in the USA chart, then, you have all these 1, 2, 3 planets kind of coming in here. So when you look at the Washington, D.C., what grounds our nation here, we have people waking up, getting the message. We're coming out of Mercury retrograde. We see what's going on. This is where USA moon is in the 3rd house. And it's really affecting the collective. Now, as all these planets go under here, we're waking up and seeing all the garbage that's been fed to us, all the garbage about how we've been defending our nation. Hello, Israel. And was it Rubio, Donald, and Nome stole $16 billion from immigration? That's a crime. So we're going to be seeing more of this kind of stuff. And it's like we're having a battle. Like President Biden always said, the soul of America. Well, this is kind of like the soul of who we are and what we're founded in. I'm just told, get some cards, lady. Okay. Hi, Gigi. Hello. Dennis Thomas, tomorrow, March 20th, is the actual beginning of this new year, 2026. It is not January 1st, as we've celebrated for years and years. So happy New Year, everyone. Yes, and I liken that too, because you have the new beginning of the zodiac. And you have Aries bringing us all into this new year. When we have... I'm not going to get into that. So anyway, I just want to see what's going on here. We're waking up. We're seeing each other. We're seeing our neighbors. We're seeing our family. We're seeing our kids, our extended family. We're seeing each other. We're seeing our commerce. We're seeing our things that we do day to day. We're seeing our neighborhoods. We have this new moon in Pisces. What is it that we're taking with us? And we're like, oh, this is what's going on here. And we got to defend our nation. So what is going on with us, with the people here? And now we're like, what? And you guys, Donald, he doesn't know what to do. I mean, BB is gone. He is absolutely 100% gone. I think that's why we're starting to see more sanctions. I mean, sanctions were lifted off of Belarus, and now are you kidding me? Russia's going to be able to go over to Cuba? He, in retrospect, he has been floundering for over a week. And then I saw a thing that with BB's son, his last post on Twitter, I think, was March 9th. So some people are saying that's the date that his dad passed away, because as part of Shiva, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but as part of, the funeral and observation of your loved one, for a week, he did not post, and then he came back online. So that is just hypothetical. It sure sounded right to me. And it's so... Stick a pin in that. Because... And for Donald as our leader, he's in a lot of turmoil because he's at the end of these contract negotiations. Everything that they were doing with Israel and their intelligence services and their global whatever it is they're doing, it's like they had all this going. He pops off And now Donald's like, I have all these angry people looking at me. I don't have a plan. And you can just tell how he's kind of like, just get through another day. They don't know what to do. They don't know. I have so much more to say about that. But okay, so this is what's happening with this new moon in USA. Oh, Mars force. Well, okay. That is going to be a lot of action on the ground, a lot of aggression. I was asking about the people, so this is aggression by the people. Is the aggression out? Nope, this is aggression and activity. This new moon Pisces is waking up for the people, specifically the 10th house, what's crowning them, what they see going on in the world, what they see going on in the news. They see that we're in a war. They see what's going on with the fuel prices. They see what's going on with, they see what this war is costing them. And waking up and seeing all that above, they're bringing it this, and they're like defending the United States in my home. Wow. Grand Trine blessings. So this is the card where things flow and things easily kind of fall into place. They're bringing it to this space of home where things aren't functioning the way that they need to. They need scrutiny. But I also got through, like, just throwing sand in the gears came up for me. So it's like the people would see what's going on collectively. We're seeing what a mess it is on the ground. Now, Donald, what does Donald do? Donald do. He sees this from the people, and he's like, oh my God, I have to deal with... You guys, there's something huge coming with this full moon too. Oh, okay. So, the Gemini, I think, card reversed. This card, yes, Donald is a Gemini. Yes, he is. But as you guys know, I do these teroscopes all the time, and I'm looking at all the conversations going on with Don Holio, and I always saw this Gemini card as two leaders speaking with one another. But as I've been looking at these specific lunations, this was always, excuse my throat, this was always Donald and Bibi talking and what they're doing. And now here we go. That is reversed. That's not happening anymore. And he is just standing there by himself, left with this mess to clean up. But I just got a yes. But yeah, the reason why I think the Russia has stepped in to help Iran so much is because they realize there's a kink in the system that has made Donald and Bibi very vulnerable. And, you know, now they got their sanctions lifted. Now they're taking full advantage of this falling apart. So, of course, these a-holes are going to be like, yeah, everything's fine, everything's fine. It's not fine. And the people are energized and fired up to deal with that. Now, I'm going to stay here because this is going to be a big change, like I said, as we get, like the sun goes into Aries tomorrow, but we have a crisis quarter moon coming up in Cancer around the 27th. And this is the crisis. This is the crisis. Oh my gosh, why are these all reversed? Okay, Mercury retrograde reinvention. The crisis is that something happened during Mercury retrograde, which is basically this month of March. I'm not sure when Mercury goes into Aries. It might be in April. I don't know. So the crisis quarter moon. Oh boy. So Mercury retrograde. This is, to me, like when it comes to Don Holio, this is like how they rewrote the laws. They rewrote this new, like Project 2025. We're redoing everything and you can't touch me. I'm going to do whatever I want. And we're seeing the crisis is what has happened as such. And this chart for this, let's get back to this. This new moon is taking place here in the 5th house of the office of the President of the United States. As this moon travels, it is going to go through the 6th house of public servants. Oops. Wait, I have a low battery. Darn it. Just a second. What does it say? Low power mode. Oh my gosh. You guys, I have to go get it. Can you give me 5 minutes? Sorry. Give me 5 minutes. I don't have the charger here. Give me here. Sorry. I forgot to charge it. I charged it before, but I can't believe I'm down to 10% already. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Give me a little bit more, just... Oh, darn it. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, I'm still working. I have to take my whole desk apart to get to this charger. Hi, guys. Love that clock. Here, I'll play it again. Let's see. So I got to take my desk apart. I have one of those little, my big board over the little shelf that opens up where I have this plugged in, so it's not very easy to get to. But we'll see. Where is this? This is one of those old chargers. Oh, here we go. I think I got it. Yay! I have a portable battery. Do you guys have these? Because this is plugged into my desk and the cord doesn't reach this when I'm going live. So, again, thank you for your patience. Just a second. Why does this say low battery again? Okay. I think we got to get down to business. I was talking about this full moon. We're going to have this crisis quarter moon. And okay, so all these negotiations maybe Donald has had overseas. Maybe Supreme Court is deciding there is something going backwards. We're going to then, what's going to be in the, how's it relate to him? Oops. Oh, how he made all this money. Changed things to, of course. Oh, jeez. But what is it that's revealed at this full moon? It's a tough full moon, you guys. Money and women. Oh my gosh. Are we going to finally get more related to the Epps files? I mean, we're finding out now. Well, I always suspected, but that, did you hear about that? The FDA had an ongoing investigation since 2013, 2015. They had an investigation on Epps for trafficking, and drugs. I'm like, okay, well, if he's doing drugs, then there's got to be trafficking of weapons. This is going to get much larger, you guys, okay? Happy birthday, Robin. Very nice. Happy birthday, Robin. Thank you, Purple. Aw. I love that clock. Let's see, Zane. Hi, Zane. A Zoom or call with colleagues yesterday had constant issues, buffering, mics failing. This show dropped participants. Yeah. I feel like as we come out of Mercury retrograde, it goes direct on the 20th, I think tomorrow at like 3:30 in the afternoon. So Mercury wobbles, like at this wobble when she flips from retrograde. That's like a really vulnerable time too. And Mercury is conjunct the North Node and eclipse point. And she's been hanging out at 8 degrees Pisces for a while. She'll probably be there for another week. So even though we feel like we're moving forward, there's still going to be a lot of gook. And I just got media related to that. Okay. So, oh, excuse me, my throat just made a sound all on its own. There was something else. Okay. One other thing before we get to these new moon wishes. I had something very creepy energy with Donald happen today. You know how you just kind of, news happens, you kind of think about them, blah, blah, blah. I try not to think about it, but it's just like, when I'm just sitting there, like a story comes out in the news and you kind of play it out in your mind, kind of, like a picture of what's going on. And then like motivation, the motive always, that psychology always comes up for me. So like, that's just kind of my knee jerk where I go to. And then all of a sudden his energy like reached out and kind of was like, ha 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 ha, like antagonizing or like poking my aura. It was so, here, I gotta shut this door. It was so creepy because I'm like, that's never happened before with him. And I'm like, holy crap, how thin is this guy's aura? Like, is he really thinning out that much that he could just poke through like that? Because the only time I've ever had someone come through spontaneously like that, kind of going through that same, was Epps. Way back, I think it was after he had passed away. But like, that was unwelcome energy. It just really freaked me out because I'm like, okay, I want to look at that really quickly. You guys, his cankles are blowing up. He's freaking out because of what happened with they don't know what they're doing. They're trying to figure it out. I think that's why Tulsi was just so bold and like saying what she said during those hearings yesterday. And maybe it's why that guy in counterterrorism also stood down. There's a lot that has happened. So on that day that they suspect, was it March 9th? Wait, how's my battery now? I can't see. I'm sorry, you guys. I have 11%. Okay. So 3-9, that is the date that is kind of hypothesized when he went down. So we had the lunar eclipse on the 3rd, so about a week after. It was a week ago Monday. It was March 9th. Okay. Venus at a very vulnerable degree for Donald because, like I said, this eclipse split him in half. This is a degree that makes him very vulnerable. It's just kind of what's quartering him with his health. What happened with Baby that day? I should grab some regular cards. Decrease. Donald, what did you find out about him that day? Libra, balance. Are we sure? Okay. Where's my deck? Not that deck. This deck. I know I'm taking time getting to our new moon wishes and intentions, but I've just had all these questions in my mind, and I know things are just going to move so quickly, and we got to look at this for a second. What happened to you? Protect my energy. I just got double tap. Is that double tap? Oh. Oh. Okay, so I am taking this to be the Queen of Pentacles, a nation. Like the Seven of Pentacles, I've been seeing as stockpiles of weapons, like bombs. So, like this says to me, yeah, trying to get our aim to Pentacles. I keep getting double tap, those double tap strikes. He's sleeping. And that agreement, the Two of Cups, double tap, gone quickly. It was easy for the opposition to do that. Four of Pentacles, yeah, instability. Poof. Yeah, I totally swear that this guy is gone. I don't even want to stay here that long. So, yeah, it just feels like he's cut off. Donald, what happened to him? Protect my energy. That's him. This is you. What happened to him? It's a secret. So Donald says he is Four of Pentacles, stability. This is Donald. This is consummation. This is an ending, a completion. And this is the Empress. Is this like full of bombs, or is this Russia no? He's like, no, this is Emperor. This is a full-on attack full of, oh, yes. That is my yes card. You can't see it anymore. Yeah, so Donald is kind of acknowledging that. I don't think he wants to. I just think he's having a really hard time. And when I looked at his teroscopes, there's just been this total shift with him in kind of feeling a bit resigned, lost, just not really eager to keep going with what they're doing. It's just a lot of kind of mulling over things, shock, but then also having to have this facade like, we're fine here, nothing happened, like they always do. Okay, so that is that. Shall we write some new moon wishes, you guys? I hope my battery lasts. Okay, so this is what we do here. If you guys got something to write with, maybe some paper. Where are we right now? Purple, don't you feel like Donald is like a punch-drunk fighter going down? Yeah, absolutely. He is just like, he feels very amorphous to me, like an amoeba. Just, and his cankles are blowing up. Age of Aquarius is about truth and equality, and we are seeing the truth coming out. Yep, it cannot be stopped. Yep. His color is so bad. You're absolutely right, Purple. The book Baron Trump Time Traveler. JD and Marco are waiting in the wings. I still don't feel like they are stepping up to anything. I just still feel like there's a big block with them. Yeah, Just Joy. He totally looks involved. Whoops. Okay, so what do we do here? We've talked a lot today, but like, we're at a new moon Pisces. The moon is in Aries. The sun's going into Aries tomorrow. That's going to give us, it will be ruled by Mars, so that is going to give us our fight. And like I was showing you in that little reading drawing I did earlier, this is giving the people the will to fight and seeing how effed up everything is with our defenses. Now, Pisces, there is movement forward going here. This is like a completion. We have a lot of unfinished things to do, but it is about a cleansing and a washing off of the rubbish, because we just need what we need to go forward into Aries season. In the U.S. chart, where is this? It's in the third house. So if we're talking about defenses and communities and people and the mood and the electorate, I mean, obviously I'm thinking about ice, but wait. What's going on with ice? Ice feels like it's losing steam, you guys. All that is because Gnome is going to be out, and this Mark Wayne just feels like a dump. It's just a big dump. Like a big dump was taken on this office, and he's going to try to take it over, but it is so, even if he gets in there, it's like, what does he do? It's like he can't pick up where they last left off because it's a big dump. I wonder if that's what we find out about the big dump. Because, you guys, like I said, with the Saturn, Neptune, and Aries, Saturn is in its fall with Aries. Saturn has to do with structures and building. Notice, during this time, these guys are trying to build all these, like, warehouses, structures to hold people and migrants, and they can't get it going. We've got Neptune there, which is creating fog on how to get that done. But it's like, we've got measles outbreaks. It's just, there's all these bizarre things happening, and we're finding, communities are finding creative ways to put an end to it. I like that one, is it Social Circle, Georgia? They're the ones that cut off the water and electricity to the warehouse until they tell them what they're planning to do with their property. And it just takes like a mile of traffic to clog up the entrances to these warehouses to block these guys from totally doing their job. Even the street, you just it is so easy to get that to stop. I know, as I sit here. But it's like, I feel like there's going to be more creative ways. That is just really weird that ice just kind of like Donald is kind of like thinning out. Yes, there's a lot of violence there, but like how it functions, things are really, really changing. Okay, so where are my markers? So what we do is, at the new moon, the sun and moon are aligned. The ancients have known this trick. Our farmer's almanac reflects this. The farmers always knew that when they planted their seeds at the new moon, they would have more bountiful, huge yields, okay? And there's some astrology in that Farmer's Almanac. So it's like literally planting seeds. And so with the sun and moon in Pisces, we use that energy to write our wishes and intentions for this next cycle. It's going to be powerful because Pisces really is going to be able to be at her best. But we have a lot of cleaning up to do. We have a lot of stuff in our own USA defenses and with the people. It's like we've all been left out in the cold. And we're cleaning up Mercury retrograde. So what we do is we write out our wishes. We write them out together because collectively that's where we have our most power as a collective focus. And as we write together, if you're doing this, you can feel the shift. You can feel the power behind these intentions. Oh, there's my mergoats, and I can see them helping out as well. This is like a blank slate, you guys. We can write whatever we want. So I am going to just get this started here. You can write your wishes out however you want to. Don't write these verbatim if it doesn't feel right to you. And if you want to give some ideas in the chat, I love all your guys' ideas. You have so many wonderful things. And if you're catching this on the replay, you just get to plug right into this energy and run with it. You benefit, we benefit. I can always feel you guys on the replay doing that. So first of all, I want to have an excellent experience cleaning up this Mercury retrograde crap stuff of the past month. I want to see with clear eyes and heart and open heart my fellow citizens and to start healing our differences and for spirit to find ways to unite us in joyful, fun, unexpected, and lasting ways. So that's the first one I got there. So I want to have an excellent experience cleaning up this Mercury retrograde crap from the past month. I want to see with clear eyes and an open heart my fellow citizens and to start a healing process on our differences like everybody, and for spirit to find ways to unite us in more joyful and fun, unexpected, and lasting ways. Paisley, I want the shadows purified by Pisces water and flash woo! I love that. Okay, so Paisley, she says, Apple wants more money. No money yet? What is that? I want a cleaning, thorough cleaning of the shadows, cleaning out of the shadows in my government. Want it cleared out, and I want these poisons, toxins remedied with a flash dried Aries fire with no residue, and in a productive, defensive fire horse way. Because this is the year of the fire horse. Electra, I want that. I wish that Platinum from Maine doesn't win the primary. He is a Nazi. He's a racist. And yes, what is going on in Maine? Maine. Okay, I want to see. When is their, do you know when their primary is? Because here in Illinois, they kept saying that Raja was running away with the nomination for the Democrats to the Senate. Juliana Stratton took no corporate money, no crypto, and she beat him. She had the endorsement of Governor Pritzker, but she won by a significant margin. I can't remember exactly what it is. But okay, so Maine. I don't know which state you are, but as one of my fellow states, I wish and hope for a primary election and the D Senate, well, we'll do House too, candidates are selected, nominated, reflecting our highest good and the best of our American values. Boy, I really hope that Newman and Aquarius, this can really ride on those coattails. And a new beginning for a prosperous, purified Maine, free of dark money. Okay, so Maine, you're one of our fellow states. We wish and hope for a primary election for this D candidate and House candidates that are nominated, that reflect our highest good and the best of our American values, and have a new beginning for a prosperous, purified Maine, free of dark money. Okay, what else needs purifying, you guys? What else needs cleansing? I want DHS, ICE, CBP radically cleaned up. And held 100% accountable for their crimes. I want communities and people in their crosshairs in trouble to be radically protected by grace and intervention. I want to see everyone free from these camps. Okay, I need some water. There's so much we can do here, you guys. And you know what? Keep your eyes on Mars. What is Mars is like 10 degrees. Let me check this battery. Oh, 14%. That works. Okay. So Mars is 10 degrees Pisces right now, and as it goes through the rest of Pisces, this is going to be very, very problematic for Donald. He has a real vulnerable space with that Venus at 20 degrees and whatever it did to Netanyahu. I think when I kept seeing that full moon eclipse chart, and I kept saying, he is like split in two. That was a reading I did while I was on the road. He was split in two. I think that's what was split, him and Bibi. And it came during that sensitive period where Venus was in square to his sun and his moon. It was squaring off with the eclipse points. That was really, really hard for him. And so what Mars is going to do, it's the energizer, it's the fighter, it's full of fire. It's going to keep inflaming that whole aspect that was like so devastating from Don Julio and Netanyahu, because he and Bibi, their Mars is both are at the 26 degree mark of Leo. And it's just this, oh my gosh. It's such a mess. I just like, this stuff cannot hold. Like, there's just like dust everywhere. Everything keeps imploding with him. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh, okay. I know. You know what, Electra? They're trying to cover that up, that whole Nazi thing. It is just ridiculous since he showed up on the field. Yeah, you know what, Paisley? About those crypto data centers, Google has a huge cloud that they built over there. And if you think of, okay, show me this. The data centers and everyone's Israel's data centers. Oh my gosh. This is the problem. Gosh, it's reversed too. This dark moon Lilith. Oh my gosh. So this card kept showing up for me with BB gone. And now those data centers, they're in trouble because it's the whole infrastructure that he set up. And it is not going to be hard for Iran to bomb that. Oh my gosh, can you believe how Iran is pulling in all these Middle East countries that Donald does his deals with? And it's just so interesting to watch because you've got Qatar, the Saudis, everyone else that's getting bombed. They are so furious because of Donald, but yet they can't say anything because they have these business deals going through that they're really counting on. And it's almost like they're being as quiet to Donald as he's doing a major F-up. Just as quiet as the Republicans are trying to stand up to Donald. It is just bizarre. Barbara, I want non-toxic. Okay, so with Pisces being the immune system, I want a strong immune system. And I'm getting, and we have to add this, and a spinal canal, that tube, that is fluid, hydrated, well-equipped to fend off disease. Making the body more resilient. I want more options for cancer treatments that are toxin-free, poison-free, and super effective. and they're super effective and efficient. Yes, we want a strong immune system. Yeah, I want those data centers to go too. I don't understand why they don't build them underground, because that would solve so many problems. What else you guys have? Oh gosh, yes, I hear you. I want an end to insider trading with members of Congress, and enforcement of laws, and zero statute of limitations to charge people with crimes of insider, and it's not just insider trading, it is the quid pro quos. I'll give you this for this, and I'll give you this information, and quid pro quos. I want a radical cleanup of all this corruption. Yes. Yes, Dennis, bring the poor out of poverty. You know, did you see that guy he was from Hong Kong? I don't know if he was talking to the UN, but he gave a speech and he's like, how dare you, America, tell us to blah, blah, blah when you do this. But he also said, or was it the UN? But he was like, how dare you talk to us about that? We brought 900 million people out of poverty. Yes, I want to see my government radically uplift people from masses, from poverty, and to care for the people in all ways, protecting our individual and collective sovereignty. I want a healthy electorate provides a healthy national defense. And to defend with pride. We are not the enemy here. It's just so crazy how this got so messed up. Just joy. I totally agree with you. Just joy. Man, we had it so good. And even when I worked in schools like 30 years ago, I was angry then because I could see the Republicans, they kept cutting money to funding education. And we had so much then, but we were still underfunded. So I want all of 504 special ed monies restored from the state, national levels. I want test scores to rise across the nation and be at the top of the globe. I want a full investment into our futures by the best education in the most well-equipped schools and all the staff they need. I want to see schools become the heart, soul of a community again. I want education to not be involved with immigration. That is not their job. I want safe schools. Okay, what time is it here? Oh, it's 8:12. Okay. You know what? I'm going to read some of your wishes here, but I want to wrap it up, and we can just quickly kind of do our little white light meditation, and we're going to put all of our wishes in there, okay? So, what else? Who is beeping me? I forgot to put this on airplane mode. Oh, I missed this. Okay, my hockey team is playing. Right now, my son was just like, oh, there's this fight. And we know one of the guys that was in the fight. Anyway, that's just hockey. I know people get upset about fighting in hockey, but that's just the way it is. Okay. Oh, yes, Caroline, I want safe and fair elections. We want our elections protected. What is that thing they're trying to pass? The SMART Act? It's the dumb act. I just feel like that thing's going to get kneecapped. I want the world to stop using oil and gas and use renewable energy. I am with you, renewables, because it will purify and cleanse the air and water. I want banned books returned to the libraries. I want the minimum wage to be increased so people have a better quality of life. Exactly. Hello. Yeah. We need a living wage. Quality health care for all. Pays. I want the intuition, empathy, adaptability, compassion, artistic, and imaginative, and often driven by deep emotional understanding and creative aspects of Pisces, expanded by Jupiter for the enlightened. I'll take that too. That is like ever expansive and endless and timeless. Yes, Dennis, I want to keep the government to keep the church and state separate. No Save Act. No Save Act. Medicaid for all. Free energy. Will that ever come out ever? I think so. Never give up hope. How are you? I don't think I've seen you before. Yes, I think we're going to go that way because there's so many innovative ways. So we got to cut the ties with big oil and all that crap. Yes, we want the SAFE Act. What else do you guys have? Overturn Citizens United. Absolutely. Barbara, I want to see justice and accountability for all the corruption we've been seeing and for everyone guilty who are in the Epstein files. Real justice. Who was it today that went up to the microphone and they're like, we have 1,200 women who have testified over the past, did they say 20 years or so, that they were assaulted. They have reports from 1,200 women, and you can't tell me you can't, charge anybody. And the thing is, you guys, that's just the ones that we know. No poverty. Just joy. I want the aliens to show themselves. Hello, aliens. I don't think I can draw one. That's not an alien. Yeah, yeah. What else do you have? Electrostorm, it'll be June 9th. What will be June 9th? I'm sorry. I should know. Oh, thank you, Zane. A beautiful cursive. Dennis, my mother passed from congestive heart failure, and what I described is exactly how Trump passes away. You guys, I know I've told that story many times about how I was seeing in parallel, tandem to how my uncle passed, and the visions I was having about this thing like just coming, and as the date got closer, got bigger, and then it just kind of engulfed him, and then he passed away. And that was within a day or two when I saw him just get totally kind of engulfed by that. He was done. So that same thing's been coming at Donald for a while, and there's been like 2 beings with him. But coming for him. But then what happened? I can't even think of the timeline. But it was like this thing couldn't get over him, and then it was like it was being propped up so it couldn't engulf him. And then for me, I haven't told you guys about this, but whatever it was, this thing, it was like it almost like attached to the back of him in the center, almost like a parachute, because like the whole thing then was being blown up, kind of like a parachute with air. And I was taking that to be the manufactured health that he has, because he was supposed to be gone last summer, you guys. But this is how he's been propped up. But this thing went from being propped up to being embedded back here. But he's still trying with all of his might to keep it away. Since, if BB died, that happened, this thing has been totally deflated. But it's still attached to him. And he is just like, I almost want to say despair, but it's not going how he wants. So I'm telling you, it's like right there. Just like I see like whatever has to happen to get these guys out, it just always seems like it's right there. Like anything could spin on a dime at any moment, but we're still just right there. Right? So in that regard, it's like, I feel like things are totally cool, but then I'm like, oh my God, it's March already? Yay, Murgouts. Okay, so I know, Stephen, he is a total jerk. Rand Paul, I do not like him, but I will, just be grateful for moments like this where he can stand up and be normal. Oh my God. And how about MTG? My God, you guys. Okay, what happened to my thing to wipe this all off? Okay. I haven't gone anywhere, so like where can possibly I'll use this old one. Oh, I'm sitting on it. Okay. Daniel. Rand Paul's like the broken clock. It's correct twice a day. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do our little white light meditation, okay? Our protection prayer. And now, because I keep losing my pink piece of paper, I put it in my Rolodex. So this is from Brent Atwater. It's a protection prayer, okay? So we're just going to say this. So I surround myself in a seamless mirror cocoon to protect myself now, forevermore, and always, so be it. It is done. Oh, and I want to surround myself in my seamless mirror cocoon with all my good forest dwellers here, and with all of our visions that we have, our wishes, how we want to kick off this new moon in Pisces for this new season, with all the goodness of our hearts and our intentions that we're putting out there. I want to join hands and hearts with all of you across the nation and around our world and have our wishes take root. And may they germinate everywhere, that all of our wishes that are for our government, the well wishes, that may they also bring forth that in any place that is also seeking that may we be able to join in this white light protected energy. Oh, you guys, I can feel you guys are holding my hand. I'm holding your hands too. Oh, this is such a beautiful energy. Let's say that again for us collectively. So all together, we surround ourselves in our giant seamless mirrored cocoon. This feels like a party. To protect ourselves now, forevermore, and always, so be it, it is done. And bring this seamless mirror cocoon around our nation and everyone who needs help. And for those fighting the fight and doing the good that we will never see, for all of those in government who are doing the right thing and hanging in there and holding the note and holding the spot, give them courage and protection. And may we get off onto a brand new start as this sun moves into Aries. And that we can weather these quarter moons and this full moon in Libra. And may we all have that abundance of Jupiter and all of that freedom, that expansive well-being amongst us all. And for our light to just keep shining so brightly. Wow, you guys. And as such, I'm going to bring my energy back into my cocoon. I'm going to unhook and unlink from everyone. Bring my energy back into my room. Bring that energy into my body and have my cocoon root deep into the earth, planting all of our seeds. And we are protected now, forevermore, and always. So be it, it is done. Whew, all right, you guys. I love it. That was awesome. Yes, Electra Canada is part of North America. Yes. Oh, Electra, there's a different pact that the European Union is making, a defense pact of Europe, and they invited Canada to be part of that because, you know, they're right by Iceland, you know, so. Yes, and before you go, hit that like button. I need some help, you guys. And we'll see you soon. Have a good evening. Peace hug. Yes, positive energy and courage exchange helping us grow. Yes, from my sole source of unconditional love. Okay. Who's squeezing your fingers? Just joy. Thank you. We'll talk to you later. Bye.